I'll admit it, although I review a lot of folio cases here, I'm not the biggest fan of them. But a lot of people like the convenience of a folio case, so when Bellroy sent me the phone wallet for the iPhone and challenged me to change my mind about folios, I was indeed intrinsically intrigued to see if they could. Let's check it out.
Covered in a beautiful and soft full-grain vegetable tan leather, that means that's the good stuff, and lined with a microfiber, your iPhone will definitely thank you for the luxurious lifestyle you've given it. But to give it some actual structure, the iPhone is held in an almost too stiff hard rubber shell. To install, go on volume side first, then push the opposite corners in place. Cutouts for the buttons are raised above the actual buttons, making it easier to find, but a little difficult to click. The same for the volume and adequate space to trigger the mute rocker. The spine is soft leather and allows for pass-through clicks. The bottom is open for all ports and the speaker, and the camera is recessed but not blocked. There's also a cutout for the iPhone call speaker and a tab for easily opening the flap. It's subtle, but surprisingly useful. The case consists of two pockets. The first for quick access items, cards you commonly remove throughout the day, then a hidden storage compartment behind the iPhone. This is great for cards you need on you but rarely take out. Or if you're not card hungry, you can also store extra cash for emergencies. The case is also travel friendly, and directly on the iPhone is a SIM card slot, and that wouldn't be useful without being able to open the SIM tray, so there's a space for that too, just in case. And that's everything. 2 cards slide into the quick access slot, 3 cards or 2 with cash into the hidden compartment. And even if you don't use the secret SIM transporter, it won't matter because it's so thoughtfully designed, it doesn't hinder the experience of the case even if you forget it's actually there. To aid in removal, there's a cutout to help push cards out of the quick access slot. I find that pushing doesn't really help though, as it's pretty tight when 2 cards are in, so I usually have to dig my nail in and push out. This is especially the case for the second card, as it sits flush with the surface of the flap. Slide the flap back, and removing the hidden items is surprisingly a lot simpler with more surface area to grab onto. With it all packed in, nothing slides out in our scientific shake tests. But the one downside to that is the case must always be full to properly hold everything in place, as only having 1 card is not something we recommend. That goes for the hidden compartments too. You need it packed or else this will happen. Since we're on the topic of removing things, the SIM card sits pretty deep, so to get it out, there's a space to stick your SIM key in and push it out. Just an FYI. But how do you store 5 cards and add no bulk to the case? Basically, by removing material from the actual case, both in the rubber shell and the leather flap. To emphasize the size differences, this is what adding 4 cards look like. And this is an empty phone wallet, and now with 5 cards. That's the difference. The size you buy is the size you get, no hidden bulk here. And yes, being a folio case, it also doubles as a stand. It allows you to view content in landscape hands-free, which can be done at a few different angles, but is really only useful for watching videos because a slight touch will break its fall unless you're supporting it with your other hand. And here's the real issue with folios, a hanging flap, with all your cards stored and visible to others when you have it up to your ear. That's where the speaker cutout comes in handy. Close the flap and you've got one less thing to deal with. And in terms of protection, although the folio design gives you 360 degrees of coverage, it's not held in place by anything, so it does flop around freely. It's nice to see a raised lip on the rubber shell to keep the screen above surfaces. And the case does a pretty good job at keeping everything in place no matter how it falls.
It retails $110 for the iPhone 6 and $120 for the iPhone 6 Plus. It comes in a blue, black, and this red you see here. Now for anyone that uses folio cases, they can understand the frustrations of the bulk that it comes with. But with the clean leather look and a thoughtful implementation of a wallet, you can actually ditch your wallet for this. Well, that's it. Don't forget to like and subscribe below, and let me know in the comments what case you'd like to see me review next. I rest my case.